You already know what it is. You already know what it is. I love being black. You already know what it is. I love being You already know what it is. I love being black. You already know what it is. I love being black. You already know what it is. I love being black. You already know what it is. I love being black. Unedited.
All right.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right.
I love being black.
Come on in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, people. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm tell you, come on in, come on in. Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. You gotta be careful. You got to be careful, people. You got to be careful. You got to be careful who you listen to, where you get your information from. You definitely got to be careful, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. I love being black. Come on in. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, people. I love being black. Come on in. Y'all coming in slow, but y'all moving, coming in slow.
You already know what it is. I love being black. You already know what it is. I love being black. I love being black. Uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Yeah, I'm moving a little slow tonight. It's Friday night. Come on in. It's a little slow tonight. What's going on? They ain't popping in. Let me just wait y'all. All right. Good evening. Ella Clark. All right. Roosevelt. Good evening, Martin. This is Roosevelt. Hey, Roosevelt. All right. Miss Emma Harris. Hello, Karen Crawley Martin. What's going on? This is live uncut. Cassandra Clark. All right. Lisa Love. What's up, Lisa? What's going on, Lisa? I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. It's crazy out here, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Folks out here clouding on other people's names. Oh, my goodness. Come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. We out here to share some light. All right. Share some light, people. All right. We got to tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
And that's what we got to do. Exactly what we got to do. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in. Come on in, people. Make sure you like the video. Y'all moving in slow tonight, but that's okay. I'm on live. Some of y'all just checking in to see what I'm talking about. See if I got some gossip for y'all. I ain't got no gossip for you. No gossip for you tonight. No gossip. No gossip tonight. Just come on in and we're going to talk. Just come on in. We're going to talk. Fake news. I tell you, fake news for real. JD, what's going on? Share people. Louis Ramsey, what's up, my brother? D, what's going on, D? A lot of us got sent off today. Sent off. We quick to put the judgment down on somebody. I tell you. Sylvia Stone, what's up, Miss Sylvia? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Live, uncut, unedited. Talking about fake news tonight. I need some shares, people, and some likes. That will be helpful to what I'm trying to do here. Share and some likes. That'll be helpful what I'm trying to do. Come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. Come on in. Come on in. We got to tell the truth and shame the devil, people. Tell the truth. I tell you. There's that Donna Bridges. Hey, Donna, how you doing? How you doing? I appreciate you for tuning in. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. Come on in. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what we own. We own that tonight. We own it tonight, people. We have to be careful what we say and who we say it to. Because folks will run around and they will put it all out there and make you look bad at the end of the day. I'm telling you, see, news, you're known by your credibility. You know, you just can't go out here and just say anything because it sounds good. You know, you got to be careful. One thing I learned about in this business, you got to have a credible source when you hear things about people. You know, some things, if you're not there, you just got to wait and let it play out. You know, and sometimes we jump out there the gate and we get on the court of public opinion, and then we get off course. And now we got to recant our statement and take down our post and do things like that. Have it ever happened to me? Yes, it have happened to me. And I tried my best before I put anything on here to make sure that it's the right information. Miss T. Tanya, how you doing, since I see you? And that's what we have to do. Good evening, Denise Jones. All right. Donna Bridges. All right. That's what we have to do, people. We have to be careful. You know, a lot of us, we love gossip. We love hearing bad things about people. You got some folks on here that love to talk crazy about other people, and they're doing the same thing. The same thing. The same identical thing. I'll tell you. The same thing. You got to be careful who you listen to, who you're following, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. And this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Yeah. And we got to be careful a lot of times where we get our information from. Because sometimes people will give you this information and you jump out the gate and it make you look bad, make your channel look bad, it make your station look bad. And you don't want a bad name when you're reporting. Because folks will sure enough call you up on it, though. You know, we have to be careful. You know, I always say, although I have those that follow me that's waiting on me to fall, but they'll be waiting because it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen at all. Folks out here just waiting to find something wrong about find some dirt on somebody. Then when you find out the dirt, you can't even tell it right. You got to add something to it. I'm telling you, people, the court of public opinion will get you messed up. The court of public opinion operates different from the court of law. Some things we just got to sit back and let our arms fold and just wait and listen and watch. And don't comment. I learned that. And that's what I'm on tonight. Fake news. Lying on folks just to get an audience. You got people, you got bloggers out here. You got activists out here. They come for straight garbage. And that's real talk.
Dr. Simona Davis
has joined.
Yeah. Straight garbage. How you doing, Doc? And straight garbage. You know, people are so quick to spread bad information, lies on somebody. Know you made it up. You know you made it up. Yeah, we got to be careful out here with fake news, fake information. fake this and fake that to do it to you. Then, you know, you got these people out here, they're glad that the spotlight is not on them looking bad. They're glad it's on somebody else, so they can start pointing the finger and stuff like that. People, you got to be careful when people get caught up in things. Whether they right or wrong, I'm not saying none of that, but I'm just saying when people get caught up in things, sometimes you just got to sit back and humble yourself and ask yourself, what lesson can I learn from this? That's real talk. You're going to hear about politicians. You're going to hear about policemen. You're going to hear about pastors and preachers and all types of people, husbands and wives, get caught up in some things. And they get out to the public. Sometimes we just have to lay back and just be quiet and let the chips fall where they may fall. And just listen and don't comment. Because a lot of times when we comment on these things and we don't know anything, we say things wrong. You know, we are people, we don't like to apologize and say, I'm sorry. I'm like this. If you make a mistake in the public, you need to apologize in the public. Don't go behind closed doors and apologize. People have feelings. Don't nobody want no dirt coming out on them. Nobody wants that on them. But it happens. That's the way life goes. The Bible said if you buffer your own fault, you got to take it patiently. All right. It's live on Cut. Hey, doctor. How you doing? You can take your phone off mute. I'm here. I'm calling for you. 0069.
I was on this. Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm talking about fake news and accusations, and people don't get information, and they quick to spread false information on folks, you know. And I just sat back, and let me say this, doctor. I just looked at some of these people's status today. Well, I heard about some of the status. And I looked at some, and I said, now, what if this was Johnson? What would they be saying? You know, sometimes you got to put yourself in the place of another man's shoes and see how the folks would treat you. You know, it's a lot going on out here. And folks, you know, people make mistakes. People are human. People do things wrong. They maliciously do things. They do. And some folks just waiting. Doc, they waiting like this. They're waiting on you to fail. They're waiting on you to fall so they can say, they can see, I told you, he cheating on his wife. He cheating on his wife. She cheating on her husband. I told you he was a sellout. I told you. They're just waiting. One thing about me, Doc, you can be my enemy, but I don't glory in another man's fault. Because I put myself in that situation. It could be me. It's him today. It could be me tomorrow. So I'm careful what I say about people, and especially when I don't know all the facts. I wasn't there. See, they don't want to hear this type of talk, but I got to tell the truth and shame
Tell the truth.
Go ahead, Doc. Help me out.
Shame the devil.
Well, the problem is, one of the problems is that people love embarrassing other people. People love judging people. And my grandmother used to put her finger out and her thumb up. When you judge somebody else, when you point a finger, that thumb is sticking up at you. And where did she lie at? It's true. People have to stop judging people. And you innocent until you're proven guilty, period. Like you said, people make mistakes. We all have made mistakes. That don't mean I'm going to judge you. That don't mean I'm no better than you. And people have to learn that, regardless of what. Have to learn it. Stop judging other people, please.
Especially
because you could be up today and down today.
And especially if you've been accused of the same thing. or doing the same thing. Got to be careful. You got to be careful, people. Got to be careful. I'm telling you, this is real. You got to be careful. There was so many lies going on today. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is going on, folks? Where are they getting this information from? You know? And trust me, what's in the dark is going to come to the light. It's going to come out. We know that, Doc. And don't get me wrong, I ain't taking up for nobody sins or wrongdoing at all. At all. But I'm careful putting the hammer down on somebody. Very careful. You know, folks just love to see somebody fall and get in trouble. Boy, I told you, I told you, I told you. Hey, and they quick to forget how you helped them. They quick to forget that. What they told Jesus, but they said crucify him. One day they were saying Hosanna in the highest. Then the next maybe a week, a couple of days later, they were saying crucify him. Crucify him. Folks, we got to be careful. We got to be careful what we say about people. And we don't know the details and the facts. We just have to lay low. Some things, you know, we all do a little pillow talk. I do a little pillow talk, but I'm not going to put it on the internet. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to. I do a little pillow talk amongst my peers, people whom I can trust. But I'm not going to go on Facebook and say somebody did something I wasn't there. That's real talk.
People are asking about what? About what?
Well,
no one know what you're talking about.
They can read between the lines. They know what the post's been going on out here. They ain't gonna try to corner me. Yeah, especially those. Just read between the lines. All this fake news out here. Lying, talking about somebody locked up and they ain't locked up. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Everybody know the word is out. They know. Some of these people mess it. All they do is follow mess. It's all they do is follow mess, Doc. Yeah. And I've had people laugh at people getting shot, throw up laughing emojis of people getting shot. Then when their family member gets shot one day, they called me to take down the video. Now, it was funny when it was somebody else's family. But now it's your family. You want to call me and tell me to take down the video. No, you call the news and tell them to take down their report. You know, I see it all the time. People have to be careful. Everybody got feelings. Got to be careful. Sometimes we got to hold our peace and wait till things unfold. Then make a judgment when we don't know. But we do judge, though. I judge. We all judge. But I'm careful what I say, and I'm careful what I allow to come on this platform and what I say about certain people. And I ain't got to like them. But I'm careful. People screaming people's names and stuff and don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. They're hearing through the grapevine. Y'all want to know something about a person? Just sit down and wait till somebody get arrested or get caught. It'll come out. And we all know what's going on. Yeah. For real. I'm
have 2 ears.
That's right. And 1 mouth, huh?
And 1 mouth for
Yeah. Boy, I'm telling you, it's a scripture in the Bible that I'm looking for. I'm finna find it real quick. Because you know, folks love to see. Yeah, it's in Romans, but I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I mean, it just folks love it. They love to see people fall, boy. Yeah. Here it is right here. That's one I wanted right here. And I believe it's in Romans.
Well, the
It said, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness. And this is why. Consider thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. That's in the book of Romans. And that's so true. We got to be careful. We got to be careful. We got to be compassionate toward one another. Now, when we do something wrong, we got to take our medicine. Don't get me wrong. Because if you done wrong, you got to take your medicine. But you got to consider something. That don't mean because a brother down or overtaken in a fault that you feel so good. It's just human nature. We love to hear bad things about people.
mm-hmm.
What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Because some type of hate we have. Real talk. So I'm real cautious of what I say about somebody, especially in the public. Especially in the public. Because once you say it, Doc, you can't take it back.
That's true.
You can apologize, but once you say something, you can't take it back. You got to be careful. The Bible said, let a man be quick to hear and slow to speak. I'm telling you. Why you think I go on these crime scenes? Man shot on 63rd and Halsted. Man shot on 71st and Jeffrey. Well, they said, well, what happened? All I know he shot. I wasn't here. I didn't see it. That's all you need to know. And do your own research after that. I don't know the reason why behind the shooting. Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
So you made a real good point there. Why do people want to hear bad things about other people? And this is my take from my education, also my street says. Some get a rush from it. Mm-hmm. Everybody is stimulated in some kind of way. Terrible things are shocking, and the mind goes into an overdrive to make sense of it. Your non-thinking brain recognizes that this bad thing could happen to you, so you have a reaction to it, though you think your mind knows you are safe. And some get an emotional experience of finding joy in another's misfortune or struggle. That's my street sense talking. Mm-hmm. The phenomenal has a evolutionary root, and feeling this way on occasion doesn't make you a bad person, but it's a slippery slope. Developing more constructive coping strategies will yield long-lasting benefits. The thing is, people have a problem with the human brain has a natural tendency to give weight to negative experiences or interactions more than positive ones, period. Mm. And that's why we have that problem. So as psychologists, we refer to this as a negative bias, and it causes people to focus on one bad thing and a mountain of good things. Mm. So like you said, if that individual did 100 good things to you, as soon as they hear one bad thing, it's like, what? They all excited about it. And it's sad. This is real, people. It's real. Mm-hmm. Negative thoughts can contribute to problems such as social anxiety, depression, stress, and low self-esteem. Mm-hmm. So when they focusing on negative thoughts, which is negative thoughts, if you're thinking negative thoughts about whoever this individual may be or anyone, then they are going to feel accelerated. Mm-hmm. It's sad. It's like they experience a pleasure at the misfortune of others. It's a very common emotion. Mm-hmm. It's very common. As they stated, it may seem mean-spirited, vindictive even, but if you have ever felt guilty about the satisfaction you experienced when someone else messed up, you should be hard on yourself because that's wrong. But this is a very common emotion. Very common.
And you know, I look at it, and
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the way these people was talking today, you know, and I'm saying to myself, I'm putting myself in this situation. What if Martin Johnson got caught up in something and not calling the brother guilty? I know I wasn't there, but I'm just, what if I got, what would they be saying about me? I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking, Doc, I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me take a second look at this thing here. That's what I said myself. Let me take a second look at these some of these same folks, boy. Yeah. Some of these same folks. I've seen them. They love you one day, Doc, and you know how it is. You in this profession, and they hate you the next day. As long as they can get some out of you, or you doing a favor, you all right. But when they can't use you, you all types of names. I can't stand them. But what did he do to you? I just don't like him. He ain't done nothing. I just don't like him. Yeah. I'm telling you, people got hidden bitterness against other people. And you got to watch folks. You got to listen to their conversation. You got to see what they post. And I'm not just talking about no one person. I'm talking about many of you guys. Even some of you guys in this live right now that's watching me and posting something. I'm putting myself in that man's shoes. What would you say about me? Yeah. Waiting on somebody to fall. Waiting on to hear some bad news. Waiting on some gossip. A brother was on here talking crazy about me, saying all these damn old things about me. Don't know nothing about me. Don't know nothing about me. Nothing personal. Yeah. You got folks out here calling around. Did you hear what he said about Martin? Do you think that's true? Do you think that's true? And see, some folks on here, social media, they have a history of lying. That's what they do. They are clout chasers. They try to run and get in front of the big news story. Look at me, y'all. I got it first. I posted first. I'm telling you, people, you got to watch those people that wish you well but hope you fail in the same breath. See, I realize that everybody that be friendly with Martin Johnson is not Martin Johnson's friend. So I'm watching the spirit of these folks. I'm watching the spirit, their very spirit. How you do another man, you'll do me the same way if you get an opportunity to find out something bad or wrong with me, whatever. You'll do me the same way. Barbecue.
New word, Latanya, you right. Gaslighting.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
And Doc, it won't be the ones that already don't like me. It'd be the ones that pretending like they like me. Them the ones that will spread the gossip. Them the ones that you got to watch. So you know, see, I don't believe in that thing talking about keep your enemies close. No, anybody I know an enemy, I keep them away from me. I don't believe in keeping no enemies close. Yeah. I don't know where y'all get that from. But it's always the ones that's in your circle that you've been good to, that you done helped out. Now, all of a sudden, they didn't turn coat on you. Yeah. I'm telling you. That's real talk. You got some folks, they love to see people shot, laying on the ground. They get a rush from it, Doc. They've told me in my life, get up a little closer, we can't see. Now, how would you like if you want me to show your loved one full of blood and all that?
Right.
Then you wanna come at me saying I'm bogus. But as long as it's not your relative, you cool with it. Fake news I'm talking about. A lot of people that lied on that brother today. Said he was locked up. They owe that brother apology, man. Period. Don't do that to people.
Innocent until proven guilty.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And like I always say, I don't know. I wasn't there. Whatever. I wasn't there. I'm gonna sit back and let it unfold. Like when Father Flagel got caught up in his little thing, I ain't even comment. I just sat quiet and just listened and waited. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
He was proven guilty.
Right.
I mean, innocent.
Right.
He was proven innocent. That's
so
right.
I didn't comment. Nah. I didn't even give my personal opinion what I thought publicly. But now if you're in my circle, you probably know how I felt if you're in my circle. And that's not a lot of people, Doc. So people, when it comes to serious allegations, such as rape, such as molestation and stuff like, you got to be real careful. Or saying people got AIDS and all, you got to be real. Doc, you know it. You got to be real careful with that. That's very sensitive. And you got to be on point when you say stuff like that. You got to be on point. And I'm not taking up for nobody. I ain't got a thing in it. Ain't no money in it for me at all. But I'm just thinking about, what if I was in that situation? Would some of these same people be saying the same things that they saying about this brother? Some of y'all scaring me. It remind me of some of them church folks. They're always quick to ask you, where you been? I say, I know you're praying for me. And they, yeah, I'm praying. Now you know you're lying. You ain't praying for me. I'm telling you. Sometimes the encourager needs to be encouraged. Real talk. And I love being black.
Me too.
So people, I'm telling you, out of experience and out of love, be careful what you repeat. And especially putting it on social media. I've seen a lot of people delete their post today. You hear some news outlets was bogus. Bogus. False reporting. Going online, didn't have no information, didn't have the right information. Yes.
Has joined.
Yes. So it's real talk. Real talk. We have to be careful what we say. Doc said it earlier today. You got 2 ears. The Bible said, let a man be swift to hear and slow to speak. We got to be careful. And I'm going to tell you, Doc, I ain't that type of brother when I see a brother overtaken in a fault or a sister that I'm celebrating. You know,
Amen.
And we ain't got to get along for me to think that of you celebrating. Because guess what? I know I'm still in this human flesh. I know that. I can make a mistake. Martin Johnson is not mistake proof. So what I do when I look at another brother that's in fault, and I say, what can I learn from this? That's what I do, Doc. This is what I do. I do a self-examination. And some of y'all out there that's throwing bricks at this brother, you're doing the same thing. And you know it. And some of you have been some of you have been accused of the same thing. So you better be careful. I'm telling you.
I don't want to see nobody down.
No.
Period.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not taking up for bad behavior, Doc. I'm not doing that at all. At all. But I want to give a person the benefit of the doubt. That I do.
I agree.
I got my best friend on live right now. And I think that's 900. She might not be. Yeah.
I'm your best friend now.
Hey,
Yeah, let's find.
hey, 900.
Hey, let's find out what they doing on TikTok and social media. Her favorite line. I see it on
Right.
TikTok and social media. She don't never
Martin.
see nothing in person, but she always see it on TikTok and social media though.
Hey, 900.
I don't have TikTok. I told you I don't have
whatever
TikTok.
it is, social media.
Hey,
period.
900. Hello,
Hey.
900.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm your bestie now. I'm your bestie now, Martin, right?
it's a joke.
You just said it.
It's a joke. You know it's a joke. Come on, what you
Okay,
got
well,
for us?
well, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're referring to, but I was just hearing you talking in general, how, you got to watch people. And I heard you say, how people say you got to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And I've also heard things like, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And I don't know about that one either. But I mean, I think when it comes to your enemies, yeah, I don't know if I agree if you should really keep them close, because I feel like, they're your enemy. So you don't really have to keep them close because you already know they're your enemy. It really be the ones that say they're your friend that you really gotta look out for the most, because you don't, your enemy already exposed themselves as your enemy. So you good with that, But
Let me help you out with that, 900. Let me help you out with that. When they say keep your enemy close, that means watch them. That don't mean they're going to be close to you. You just better watch them.
Yeah, I know what it means,
Watch
but it's like, they're your enemy. They've already exposed themselves as your enemy. So do you really have to watch them? Sometimes it really be the ones that it's your friend. Sometimes it really be the ones that say they're your friend that you got to watch. But you're not.
You have to watch everyone.
But you're not.
2024.
But you're not really watching your friends because you think they're your friend, and you're not really suspecting. But regardless,
I don't want to be disrespectful to Mr. Johnson on his show, but my mother and my grandfather, which if he would have been living, would have been 105 this year. He always said, "Your friends eat shit, chase rabbits, and bark at the moon. You watch everyone." Go ahead.
Well, yeah, you should. Even the Bible even say you shouldn't trust no man. Now, when it say that, obviously, you don't. I think it means like a deeper sense, like you don't put your trust in man. Not that you can't trust anybody on earth. Obviously hopefully you're going to trust your mom, you're going to trust your dad, you're going to have at least one or two good friends in the world that you can trust, right? You ain't just out here like, not trusting nobody, everybody's suspicious. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. But yeah, and I don't like this mentality either that, that everybody's just out to get you, and everybody jealous and envious of you, because I don't believe that either. I don't think that's healthy either. So you definitely got people out here that's envious, and like look at Selena, for example. Everybody knows the story of Selena. She never suspected her manager would have killed her, but the whole time she was secretly envious of her. So that's a prime example right there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, but
Well,
so I don't know what you're talking about, Martin. I saw some on the internet. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see nothing.
That's good. Okay, that's no problem. No problem. But most people know what I'm talking about. I don't like to put names out there like that and put people's names in. When I was going at it, brother, I didn't use his name, but I don't want to drag people's names. And I'm just saying, I see people's spirits and stuff like that. Sometimes we don't give people benefit of the doubt and just let it play out and see it. And I'm not on here to accuse anyone. I got my own personal thoughts, but I wouldn't share it with the public, period. We have to be careful. People don't care what they put on social media. They don't care what they say about somebody. And the same people that you cross out, you might have to need them one day. You got to be careful. I used to tell people a long time ago, you better be careful how you treat me because you just might need me. I don't forget.
Amen.
I don't forget, Doc. I don't forget. Trust me.
You either I'm a Scorpio. I never forget.
Yeah,
you like an elephant. Elephants don't forget either. They don't forget. I hear elephants don't forget nothing.
When somebody bring harm and come at me wrong and say all types of ungodly things and all that, then you talking about forgive me. Okay, I forgive you, but I can't work with you. We can't be like, it can never be like what it was. I believe in forgiveness.
Amen.
You ain't gonna never give me twice now. They say you give me once, shame on, but give me twice, shame on me. I'm telling you. So hey, you got one time to burn me, one time and get it right, and we can make it right. But then the second time you burn me again, it's over with. It'll never be the same.
Martin, it go fool me once, blame you, fool me twice. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, you don't think we don't know that?
Yeah, we know that.
Well, I was trying to help Martin, remember the saying. Yeah. I was trying to help him remember.
Yeah. He was
struggling there. Yeah. He was struggling for a minute.
He's struggling. He's okay. He's doing okay.
I'm good tonight because I'm preaching tonight.
But think about this. Look how they did Clinton, and that's a whole white man. Look how they did him with Monica Lewinsky. Now, just imagine if social media was around. They would have tore him up on social media. I mean, just imagine if we had Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, which they trying to get rid of. Just imagine. They would have tore him up. And look what happened to him. Did he get impeached?
Nope. Well, he said now. Let me
exactly.
Say this
so we have.
Hey, Doc. Let me say this. Just like they did R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly was all right when he was passing money around and buying parents. When that money ran dry, now all of a sudden they want to make anybody that been mistreated by Mr. Robert Kelly call in. We want to know. See, and that's what I'm saying. And anybody know in a right mind, you don't drop your teenage daughter off at another man's house, and you don't unsupervised. You're like you're prostituting your daughter. That's what you're doing for money. That is exactly what you're doing. You're turning a blind eye. That is exactly what you're doing. You're no better than the crackhead that's selling her daughter or son to the dope dealer. You're no better. You just, matter of fact, you're worser. You're worse. At least the drug addict got a problem. You claim to be sober. Oh, I'm preaching tonight. They don't want to hear this tonight. But I got to tell the truth. I might lose some friends out of this live tonight, but that's okay. I'll get some new ones. I'll replace them with some new ones. I'm telling you.
I always said, I don't know why those mothers were never charged either, because they was just as guilty as he was, in my opinion.
But that's what I just said. That's exactly
because
what
R. Kelly, it wasn't like R. Kelly was pulling up on girls in a white van and throwing them in there. Those mothers were dropping their daughters off, and they knew that R. Kelly and their daughters wasn't having tea and crumpet. They knew what was going on. So I always say, why put all the blame on him?
Okay, let's just stop there. Because what about Elvis? What about this other man that committed Einstein? What is his name?
What did Elvis do? I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what Elvis did. I really don't.
Okay, he married Priscilla at 14 years old, darling.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And what about the Playboy? What about the Playboy who died and had numerous of young women in his mansion? What about Einstein, what's his name, who committed suicide that was Oprah's good friend? That was, why bother R. Kelly when this been going on for yesteryears, but yet they want to bother Robert Kelly? Really? I just don't agree with none of this mess that's going on out here.
And some of these people right now, the same one that said crucify R. Kelly, they listen to his music. They promised that they was going to never listen to his music again, but they secretly.
I'm gonna be honest. I listen to his music. I listen to it, but I'm not out here crucifying him though.
Yeah, right.
I listen to his music just a couple days ago.
Yeah, I got a call.
Thank you, Miss T.
I got a caller, y'all.
Yeah.
9743. What does caller have to say? Let's see what the caller have to say. 9743.
I hope it's
This
I
who?
just got in.
You ain't.
I'm just listening to you. I'm
okay,
just
you
listening.
listen. Yeah,
You
okay.
can
Cool.
understand about fake news.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just, fake
Okay.
news is
Yeah,
wrong, but
right.
I'm just listening.
Right. But my point is, we all know the story. I'm not gonna mention the man's name of what's going on in Dalton. We know what's going on, And my thing is, people getting on here spreading lies and don't know what they're talking about. People making up lies, and on people. We got to be careful, people. It's dangerous. Social media can be dangerous, and it can be helpful too as well. It's a tool, people, and we got to be careful how we use it. Some folks are chasing clout. They chasing it. They want to say, "Look at me, look at me. I was the first." That's what they want. They don't care about no hurt nobody's feelings. They do it at anybody's cost or stepping on anybody. I'm telling you, people, we got to be careful. And some of the ugly things that I've seen today, and I thought about it, I said, man, what if I get caught up in some accusation like this? What would they say about me?
Same thing.
I know it. Oh, I know it.
Same thing.
I know it. As long as you shining and your light shining bright and everybody's laughing and Googling a good time, you all right. But when you go into that dark depression mode, nobody want to be, they're going to crucify you. They're going to crucify you. Doc, Doc Davis, you meet a lot of people like that when they're down and out.
I do.
When they're at their lowest point.
Millionaires at that.
Yeah.
Billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
I saw some on Facebook. I saw a quote on Facebook. It say, when you are up in life, your friends get to know who you are. But when you are down in life, you get to know who your friends are.
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
That's something I shared on my Facebook that I from years ago. But I thought that was deep too. Because I'm like, that is true. I don't know. Oprah said this. Oprah said that. She said some years ago, she said she wants a friend who's going to ride the bus with her when the limo breaks down.
Don't nobody care what Oprah said. She was one of Epstein's biggest fans.
It's just an example.
She was one of Epstein's biggest fans. So ain't nobody interested in nobody what Oprah said. Ain't nobody interested in what Oprah said. And nobody interested in Oprah said, oh, I'm not the biggest Oprah fan. Please don't bring Oprah up in this.
Well, look, okay, replace Oprah with any celebrity, basically. It's a message.
I could care less about those celebrities because they pay to play. They do things. Look what's going on with Diddy. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying he's guilty.
Chew the meat and spit out the bones, okay?
Well, hold on, baby. I'm not saying he's guilty, but it's been facts that Oprah went with, not sexually, hung out with Epstein, knowing some of the things that he was doing. Now, maybe she did know, maybe she did not know. I'm not going to blame her on that. But I'm not the biggest fan of Oprah. I'm sorry, because as Jeremy Maxwell say, Oprah, right. No, it's not, but you mentioned her.
Read between the lines. Stop getting triggered by Oprah. It could apply to you. If you was rich and you had friends, you had a limo, you would want the friends that's gonna ride the bus with you when a limo breakdown, right? All right. That's the point.
Nope.
Oh, so you want fake friends then? Okay.
All right.
No, I don't have fake friends because I only got a few friends.
Martin, you understand what I was saying, right? Come on now.
I understood.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Let's go to 630 area code. Come on, caller. I think that's Bill. That might be Bill. 630.
Come on, Bill.
You got it right.
Okay, I got it right. I got it right this time. I got it right, y'all.
Hey, Bill.
Come on, Bill. What you got coming on here,
Hey,
Bill?
y'all.
Hello, Bill.
How you doing, Doc? How you doing?
I'm good.
We got both doctors on here. We got Dr. Sanders on here and Dr. Davis on here tonight. And we got
hey, Dr. Sanders. Hello, beautiful.
Hey.
And we got my best friend 900.
Hello.
Dr. 900.
All we missing is Sarge. We missing Sarge.
Don't please
No,
don't
we miss an old timer.
Yeah, okay.
We miss an old timer.
Yeah,
Okay.
with my friend old timer.
Come on, Bill. Come on, talk to us.
Well,
He's on his way home from church. We
Man.
just came out of our conference, so he may not get on here till later.
Oh, okay. He may. Okay.
We were together tonight.
Okay. Old time. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Bill.
I'm a comment on the situation with the Dalton
Yeah. Don't say-
situation
yeah.
and also R. Kelly. The thing that's saddening is our people are the ones who throw our own people under the bus without the
Amen.
facts. You know what I mean? It's just sad how we throw our own away. Prime example with this situation in Dalton and also R. Kelly. Whether one thing for certain, Black people need to open their eyes. Number one, whether he right or wrong, the man got railroaded. And it's been happening to people that doesn't have status for many, many years. Look at all those cases with John Burgess, you know? But when you get to a certain status as far as money and being a celebrity, we can see our men, as our people, especially our Black men, are targeted. You know, Doc brought up P. Diddy. Things ain't always the way it looks. They wanted to throw T.D. Jakes under the bus, everybody, man. But I just don't understand. Doc also brought up Harvey Weinstein, Elvis. You got what's the rock and roll dude name?
Elvis
Presley. For years. Not Elvis Presley. The one that played the piano.
Liberace.
Can't think of his name. Nope.
Elton John.
Anyway.
Black or white?
No, he white, of course.
Okay.
He married an underage girl that was his niece. He married his niece. Anyway, these people have been doing this for many, many years. It's always been known, especially rock stars. They party like rock stars. It was a statement made in a way of living for people and especially celebrities. They tore up hotels, had screwed around with all of the groupies for years, and nothing never was said or done. And prime example, you got we see all these Black cases where we take our own and throw them under the bus, but Charlie Sheen, and several others. This man had HIV and was having sex and never went public for years. But
you know what? Hold on, Bill. You talking about Jerry Lee Lewis, right?
Jerry Lee Lewis. You're right.
There you go.
He married his niece or his first cousin's daughter.
Yep.
And she was like 13 or 14. But you got all these
was
people.
13 and he was 22.
You got all these people that has been getting away and doing unscrupulous things, and they people never. The news, when they report it, they are biased. But ours, we throwing them under the bus, dragging them through the mud every single time, off a clip or just a gut feeling. Like you said, Martin, you see these things, you better be believing or thinking, especially as a Black man, this could be me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I look at it, Bill. I look at it like this, and I see some of the horrible things that people are saying, you know, and probably for some of the people that he helped, you know. Trust me, we still in this flesh. You don't know what you're gonna be doing tomorrow. You pray that you don't be doing. We pray that you do the right thing, but you don't know what you might get caught up in life. You don't know what hand life might deal you. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful when people get taken over in the fault. You got to be careful. Really be careful.
I forgot.
And I see
I forgot all about Jerry Lewis.
Another thing, a prime example, people of status or people in power or the power that be in this R. Kelly case. You got somebody that worked for the jail system turn over some tape, but you never hear about her being prosecuted or arrested or anything, because she was part of the plan. She did what they wanted her to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, see, these you call it power to be. I'm just saying these white folks, they ain't never played the game right, fair game with it when it came to us.
Amen.
Period. Let me just keep that 100. You know what I'm saying? They love to stick that microphone in your face, but just listen. They was over that man in the man house today, helicopter. These same people wanted his opinion on these different crime scenes and all that other stuff. Or now they ready to crucify him. See, that's why I don't get them people no interview, because I already know how they do you. I'm not quick to jump in their cameras because I know what they'll do to you.
Same thing. They're cutting edit the video to make it sound like
they did the same thing to King, Malcolm X, all them guys was in front of them cameras, boy. And they was plotting at the same time how to destroy him. Any man, any black man that got anything that's going on that can gather some people together and bring some people together and have some influence. They try to destroy them. Yep. If they don't kill you, they try to set you up, lie on you. So you got to be careful, black man. All you people out there think that everybody's in love with you because you so smart and articulate and all that. Listen, you see what they did with Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson made a song. He said they really don't care about us. He said it in the song, but he realized it too late. He was half dead now. You know?
Well, think about it. He said this was his last tour. This last tour. They knew he was killing him. He knew they were killing him. Mm-hmm. I like what Ayanna said. Ayanna Walker. She said they know if they control the narrative, you control the people. Every news outlet is only telling you what they want the people to know for control, and that is very true.
And I love when Trump came out with and I'm not a Trump supporter, so I'm gonna let you guys know, nor Biden either. Neither one of them guys. But I love when he came out with that thing said fake news. But see, Trump didn't tell us that we didn't know already. Those of us intelligent, we knew the news was lying all the time on us. Lying. We knew that. We knew that. We just couldn't prove it because they control everything. We knew we was racial profile. We knew we couldn't get certain loans. We knew that we couldn't live in certain areas. We knew these things. He didn't tell us nothing we didn't know. We're the only people in America that all our sins are amplified to the whole world. And I tell y'all again, I'm gonna say this, Doc, both to the doctors over here, Bill and 900. If you watch TV and social media, you would think black people are the only ones out here shooting and killing and robbing and stealing. You would really think that. You really would. You really would think that. And I always say, and I've been saying it lately, if you see something and hear something long enough, you'll start believing it. That's in anything, especially a lie.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Special lie. I'm telling you, y'all got to watch these folks. They only come around when it's garbage in the air. Only time when it was garbage.
When trash in the air.
Yeah, that's it. Because they.
Well, you know, Mark.
Go ahead.
R. Kelly's catalog.
No, you got.
It's phenomenal.
No, I don't. Hey, Dr. Sanders, you got to put your mouth on the phone. I know you got me on loud mic, but it's not sounding too well. Yeah.
R. Kelly's catalogs are phenomenal,
and
that's what they come after. They come after what are artists that are gifted, not just talented, but gifted. And R. Kelly, I spoke to his best friend last night at church. I sure did. And I asked him, I said, how's Kel's doing? He said he's getting better. He has another case coming up. And I told him, I said, let him know, he don't know me, that I'm praying for him. I really, truly am. Because he wrote a song many years ago. I don't know if you all remember. It was called Heaven, I Need a Hug. And when I watched all of the docuseries on there, and I just wanted to slap them girls. I just really wanted, I'm being honest, I'm just being transparent. Because it's like, so you all made him to be Herman Monster with a bad attitude. Locked y'all up, threw away the key like Cinderella. It's just unbelievable. But I said, when are we going to reach out to each other? So that's what I did last night. I told his best friend, I said, let him know that I am praying for him. I'm praying for him. Because it's his catalog. They want that catalog. Any black man or any black woman that creates as much music internally that is gifted and anointed in what they do, they want that catalog. That's all it's about. It's really what it's all about.
It's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Bingo!
But y'all have to understand that R. Kelly just didn't write songs for himself. He even wrote songs for Michael Jackson. He wrote songs for so many artists. You know, and
yes, you do know. He wrote a lot of songs for a whole lot of people.
He wrote a lot of songs for a lot of people, and it's unbelievable. Just the same with Mr. Bill Cosby, because he's my elder. He's all of our elders, to be honest. You know, he wanted to buy CBS. What happened after that? All of a sudden, now he's in jail. You know, now he's not, but thank God. But I'm just saying, you know, unfortunately, when black folks step up and we try to rise, it's like, no, we get ready to shut you all down. I mean, R. Kelly done wrote so many songs, so I couldn't even count them. And it's not just for R. Kelly, it's for Beyonce, you know, so many people. This man wrote over 100 songs or more. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
What do you expect? So the whole topic is people throwing people on the bus. This man that's going through in Dalton, I'm not going to give him his name. You know, I'm not going to share his name. It's such a shame that black people, especially blacks, we have to learn how to stick together and not judge one another on somebody else's mishap. Period.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
But you got those bloggers and YouTubers. They love stuff like this. They getting paid off stuff like this. You know, my thing is, I'm not taking up. If he did the deed, you know, you got to, hey, you know, if made his bed hard, he got to lay in it. But my thing, I was looking at it. What can Martin Johnson learn from this? That's what I was looking at from my point of view. What can I learn from this as being an advocate for the community and doing things? I have to sit back and watch and say, what can I learn? And I was like, man, I don't ever want to be put in a position like that, to see what folks would say. And, you know, some folks just sitting, they just waiting on somebody to make a mistake. And then they can say, see, I told you. I told you. They hate, you know. Some people, you got to ask some people why you don't like a certain person. They'll tell you, I just don't like them. Have you ever did anything to you? No. Do he owe you anything? No. Did he talk to your woman? No. I just don't like him. And we like that sometimes.
And now, and nowadays in the new phrase, I don't like his energy.
Yeah, that's a new thing now. The energy now. So listen, I'm not a personal. I wouldn't consider myself a personal friend to the Dalton trustee. I mean, I know him. I've seen him on crime scenes and stuff like that. But I would say this: I'm glad it's not me, and I don't wish no ill on nobody. But I feel for both parties, for the other person's side, the accuser, and all that. Both is no winners in this. It's no winners. Period. But I'm not gonna come out and make a public judgment, and I wasn't there and don't know the facts. I'm not gonna throw my word in the court of public opinion. Now, if you're in my circle, I may tell you how I feel and what I'm thinking. I'll do that. But if you're not in my circle, you can't even question me about it. Because you'll never say I said something and run back and put it on social media and type to something. You'll never do that. Trust me. You'll never. I'm real cautious what I say. And I don't never want to be known for fake news or giving the wrong information. That's terrible. I tell you, people just lying, making up stories, and it just spreading and spreading and spreading. I'm like, man, come on now, y'all. We need some facts here. Some facts.
The things our people will do for $1 or for some attention. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just looking, man. Anytime we get a chance to barbecue somebody, we'll barbecue it. And it just seemed like it's some people that's throwing bricks at the brother. They doing the same thing. I mean, the same identical thing. Or what he been accused of, I may say.
And worse.
Yeah, and worse. So you got to be careful. If you know you out here living a regular lifestyle, don't be throwing those stones at nobody and you doing the same thing. Period. I don't care if he's smoking a Salem and you may be smoking a Black and Mild. Y'all both smoke. It's the same thing. It's smoke. Period. You got to watch people, man. You got to watch them. I'm telling you, people will say anything out of their mouth for some attention. So they could look good in front of the people.
Dr. Sanders, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I threw a Shonda Freuda to them. You know what that is?
Okay, I can hardly hear you. What you say?
I threw a Shonda Freuda to everyone, which means pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune.
Oh, wow. I learned the word today. Say that word
again. Shonda Freuda. It's Shonda Freuda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She know what I'm talking about. She have her PhD in the same thing. Mine's is, both of mine's is psychology. Yeah. It's SCHAGENFREUDE. It's called Shonda Freuda.
Yeah.
That is a pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
We have a bad habit of that.
That's terrible. And you know,
am I right or wrong, Dr. Sanders?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Hey, Bill, you know what I do? Now, I do talk. Don't get me wrong, but you have to be in my circle. But I'm not going to go on the internet and put out lies on people and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. And I'm smart enough to know you better hold your judgment until you see the things unfold. You know, I'm smart enough to know that. Because you jump out there and want to be right so fast, just say anything. You know? And that's what I see a lot of people doing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Martin. I know you pretty well, and just your platform, your stance as a man, and having the backbone that you do. If you didn't walk the way that you walk, any chance if you slip up any kind of way, they'll be at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that's the advantage that you have, you know. But it's because of your stance in life being pro-black and not falling for just anything. But it's been a couple that tried to tarnish your name out of scene over years or so. But if you didn't have the morals and integrity that you have, they'd chewed you up and spit you out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't over with. But you stayed prayed up. And I can see that if they come and hate some of these other people by you being the strong black man you are and having this platform, you know how they feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know.
I know.
We didn't discussed it before.
Hey, Bill, I sit back and I took an evaluation of myself today, and I just put myself in that man's shoes. I said, well, if I was in his shoes, what would they say? And I'm looking at some of the things that they write and doing and all that. Some of these same people he helped. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to be quiet. When that white man got accused of accusation, they didn't say nothing, Father Flager. They was quiet. They was quiet, some of them. Couldn't get them to say nothing against that white man. And I didn't either. Because I held my judgment. I didn't say nothing. And I ain't saying nothing on this.
Yeah.
Period. Now, whether he did what they say they did, we finna find out. We finna find out. We definitely finna find out. You know?
And you know the thing about it, Martin, is that when that hit the media, especially like one of my classmates that is an educational, administrator at the time, and somebody told me, "Oh, you know that person, you all went to high school together." I said, "What's going on?" And when the news put it out there, and I said, "How dare you?" Because he's a black man. And I'm like, "What happened?" So I went to the Oakley report. A lot of folks don't know what that is. It's in CPS. It's for us to see what goes on. They don't publicize it to the world. It's in CPS. But when I saw her classmate, we all said, "We love you," because we did not know the whole truth. So people started speculating. People started making up, well, maybe it was a woman. Maybe it was some kids. I'm like, no, that's not his character. Only to find out that CPS had been removing a lot of black male principals because they were changing things for the better. And it's still going on right now. Martin, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it was sad to see that. And I'm like, so you're quick enough to put him on television like that? You literally did that without no shame. Then you say, well, we don't know what it's about, but he was removed. But why was for you to tell that? Because people start assuming. They thought it was teenagers and they thought it was women. And it wasn't even neither one of that. It was what CPS was doing to a lot of the principals. But they made him the poster child. That pissed me off. I did write a letter. I said, how dare you post a black man out there, what CPS did, but then you won't even say what it was. I did. They got the email. I sure did. Because they were wrong. And only to see what they're doing to Abdul now, you see it now. A lot of male principals were removed because they was trying to change things for the better for the students and the school system. But they put these men out there like that. They did. And that was wrong.
And we see these things, and I'm trying to figure out, Do we realize that we're in a war, both naturally and spiritually, for our lives? We are. We are. We're fighting to stay afloat. I'm telling you. These people are so bold. They showing us what they do, and they ain't even hiding it no more. They showing us. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We're afraid to talk about it. We're afraid to talk about it. And I'm going to tell you, people.
The last past,
go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Last past about 5 years, they've been super brazen with it. Like the doctor spoke about the principles, all the celebrities that we know of, is George Floyd. That was a public lynching.
Mm-hmm.
That was a public lynching.
Mm-hmm.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
That's brazen.
Yeah, that was we got Roosevelt, y'all, too. We're gonna let Roosevelt talk. Come on, Roosevelt. I know he's gonna be on fire tonight. Roosevelt.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, Martin. Good night. Good night.
You go. Good night. Good night, 900. Okay. All right. Come on, Roosevelt.
All right.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
You know, to you from Bill, the two doctors, and I think 900 just got off.
Right.
But you know, kind of wanted to comment a little bit on like you know, celebrity, because even though you know I haven't heard what's going on, but by you kind of talking about it, you know, I'm not going to call any names or something. Just by me thinking or whatever, I kind of just put two and two together and did some other research on my other device and everything, and certain things that people are saying. I guess sometimes also too when it comes down to celebrity, because I heard a whole lot of people talking about R. Kelly and how certain things that, you know, what, you know, maybe him and Jeff Epstein are kind of like compared or whatever, or Bill Cosby. You know, the thing is, I don't care how rich and how famous a black person gets in this country. One thing about it, without a doubt, we can't do what they do. You know, that's the problem. Sometimes, you know, black people think that they get a whole lot of money and everything and a whole lot of prestige. R. Kelly, you know, unfortunately, what happened to him, you know, he got the big head and kind of thought he was too big and bad. Is start doing things. Bill Cosby, they said, did things. Because sometimes when people, and I think this transits, you know, past race or religion or whatever, I think it has to do with money, because money sometimes does strange things to people. Because sometimes when people are out there and everything, it's almost like it gives them kind of like a God complex, to where they feel that they can do anything and get away with anything, and it's supposed to be okay. But us who are black, we can't do what the Jeff Epsteins and everything do, because I know that Dr. Davis, she mentioned, you know, just like she's not an Oprah fan, you know, just like I'm not either. Because one thing about Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, they took pictures with Jeffrey Epstein, but pretty much crucified people like Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, and was about to even do a documentary even on Russell Simmons, but it was shut down. But the thing is, something with those two women, it's like, plus the stuff, we also got to remember what certain black people are picked for in everything. Usually when you talk about certain black people who are allowed to get ahead, I'm talking about like the Beyoncés and Jay-Z's and the Oprah Winfrey's and the Tyler Perry's and everything of the world. These are people, to me, who we really should not really look up to, because these certain people only put ahead to be used against us. That's exactly what it is. And whenever they do something a little bit off or whatever, it's you know, they're pretty much tools of white supremacy, since they're being used by the system. After white supremacy is done with its tools, what it's going to do? It's going to break them, just like it did with Bill Cosby. It did with R. Kelly. You know, all of them have some kind of reckoning day. And even if they don't, you know, the system or whoever has a little bit of dirt on every single one of those black celebrities. So even though they're used against us by them being black, they still can't do the same things that a white celebrity like Jerry Lee Lewis or Elvis Presley and
Some of the other ones in Kevin Spacey's, a whole lot of the rest of them did. I got a cousin of mine, he found that out the hard way. Just because he grew up with white people, he thought he was white. Because a whole lot of times, when people hear me talk or something, because my cousin, that same cousin, always makes fun of me. Because he said, "Oh man, you're the only one from my family who sounds a little bit Mexican or Puerto Rican." But if you heard him or something, he sounds white, because he grew up with whites. So he thought he almost was white until he committed a certain act in the state of Michigan, and he began to find out that he wasn't white at all. Because even though it was other people who probably got away with doing the same thing he did, they wouldn't let him get away with it. They didn't care if he did work with white people. We can't do what they do.
Period.
So, and the thing is, and people like the R. Kellys and all this stuff in the world act like they did not understand this stuff. So, Dr. Sanders said that she's praying for R. Kelly. To me, it's something, but maybe I'm wrong or bogus for saying it. I know it's very unfortunate that what happened to him compared to other white celebrities who have gotten away with it and still getting away with it. I'm really, really not. Because for years, he did certain things. And just the worst part is, would not get any help. Because, he got all the money in the world. It could easily get like a psychiatrist or get help or whatever like that and everything. Refused to do anything. And no matter what, just would not stop. That's the problem. Just wouldn't stop until he got himself into a complete pickle he might not be able to get out of now. Because I guess he never found out the secret that just because he has money does not give him the license to go and do whatever it is he wants to do.
We got a new caller. Okay, hold it right there, Roosevelt.
Martin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin.
Go ahead, sister.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Everybody makes mistakes no matter what. The one that created this world is the one that I answer to. He created life. He created all of us. I will continue to pray for him because he's a soul that can come back and get it right and repent and do right. He has that option. God is his. But as a woman of God, and I do that to anybody. It ain't just R. Kelly. It's for anybody on the streets. I pray for the gangbangers. I pray for the molesters. I pray for those because they got to answer to God in the end. No matter what nobody do. Martin said it earlier. You don't know what will happen the next day. I'm going to continue to pray for him because he has a right to repent. He has a right to ask for forgiveness. He has that right. If I told you what I saw tonight in church and a preacher disrespected a person, literally, and have the nerve to talk about loving somebody, I could have literally just said all kind of stuff, but I held my peace and closed my tongue because he got the answer to God for the lie that he said. Because he don't do it to the people that he needs to do it to. So everybody has a right to repent. But it's what God does for their life. At the end of the day, when they die, and if their heart is not repentant, that's on them. But the Bible says, how
Tell
can
the truth
we
and
say
shame the devil?
we love God who we have not seen? But we can't love one another. We don't like each other's ways. Martin said that earlier. We may not like what they did. Bill Cosby did some stuff. But guess what? Bill Cosby's out. So what do you want to do with R. Kelly? You want to put a bullet to his head and kill him? You don't have a right to because the law says you don't. But what would people do? Martin just said they'll do it anyway. We're not the ones to clean the earth. Because at the end of the day, where is your repentance going to be? What sin will you be caught up in? This for anybody across the airways. This ain't directed to nobody. If you make a mistake and you do something wrong, wouldn't you want somebody praying for you? or do you want somebody to just kill you and move you off the earth? Because we didn't give birth to R. Kelly. He ain't none of my son. He's somebody else's son. And whatever went on in his family, we don't know. We were not there. Whatever happened in his life during his music career, we were not there. We didn't witness anything. Speak that of what you saw. And Martin just said, fake news causes a lot of problems. I continue to pray for anybody that needs it. That's real talk.
All right. I don't have nothing to say after that.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, 082. Paulette. Last 4 digits of your number.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
I'm thank God for living. Hey, in the land of the living. I'm wonderful. Go ahead. What's your comment today?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was talking about. I just love the comment she just spoke for. I'm feeling all that, my sister.
Didn't she tell the truth and shame the devil? She told the truth.
Because you know tell what? The truth, shame the devil.
Let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm going to make a public announcement today. If y'all ever see me in trouble, pray for me. Pray for me. I won't.
There you go.
Please pray for now. Don't pray on me, but pray for me. That's the difference.
For me. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Try it again. He touched me. He touched me. I need everybody over here prayer. Like when I say I need it. There you go. Thank you. But what was the topic about? I'm sorry. What was the topic about?
We was talking about fake news and people accusing people for certain things, don't know what happened, and saying bad things about people, and they doing the same thing. We got to be real careful about that.
But
go ahead.
But I know somebody that got accused of a sexual charge.
Don't say their name.
And you know,
go ahead.
I'm not. It's a black brother. Why does it always seem like it's our black brother? You know, have you really checked that move out? Well, it's not. And I hate to be sounding racist, but we got other nationalities that do that. So why is it always just our black brothers and our black sisters?
So, well, Roosevelt,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Roosevelt said it clear today. He gave a warning.
We can't do what they do.
We cannot do what they do.
You cannot do what they do. You just can't do it.
It's not.
That's right, Roosevelt.
We cannot do what they do. You know,
it's impossible.
Yeah, because they could do a lot of things and get away with it, and it'd be justified, you know, but not in God's eyesight. They can't get away with it. But
exactly
down here on earth, they get away with it. You know,
and like I said, it's unfortunate what happened with R. Kelly and with Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby happens to, believe it or not, be a fraternity brother of mine. But like I said, certain things you just cannot do.
Exactly. And you know, not to you know, bring nobody's name up, like you said, but I have a son, and it's sad that they accuse this boy, because this is one of my, not saying all my kids are good, but this is one of them kids. You know how you have a child that you just really know ain't gonna do nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? He works every day. He was going to trucking school. He was in Boston, and the police just, they just not normal to me. Whether they black, white, Hispanic, you know, what's really going on with our people?
But let me just say this. Let me say this, Ms. Holmes. If you're living in this human body, you're prone to make a mistake. Something can happen.
Yeah.
Now, whether you want to believe it or not, things happen. You don't know what people going through in their minds. And Dr. Davis, she can testify to this. You don't know what people going through their mind. Now, some things we can't imagine people doing, but they have done it. You know, some things. And you don't know what a person going through. And none of us look like what we've been through. I'm telling you. We'll probably, if we put our business out here and said some of the things that we have done and regretted, we probably wouldn't believe what we saying out of y'all. Probably wouldn't believe what we saying out of our mouths. You know, so I'm just telling y'all, and God forbid that I ever be in something like this, caught up in something like this. And I walk lightly, I tread lightly. Listen, don't throw me under the bus. Pray for me. Don't throw me under the bus. I'm telling you. Because, see, folks out here, they love to find fault. So when they find fault in other people, that means you're not paying attention to them. That's all what that is. And some
pointing that finger.
Yeah. Some people only feel good when they can chop their brother from the knees on down. If they can't,
right there.
If they can't put you down, they don't feel good about themselves. You know, so we're gonna tell the truth tonight and shame the devil. Because like I said, it's him today, and it might be you tomorrow. Period. And it can happen. And I'm not taking up for the brother. You know, I listen, there's no winners in this situation, in this case. But I'm glad I'm not caught up in nothing like that. And I thank God. God keep me focused. And I told myself in my mind, what can I learn from this situation that's going on right now? These are serious allegations. Period. Whether if he did
in your backyard.
Right. Whether he did it or didn't do it, they're very serious allegations. And for those of us,
it can ruin his life.
Yes. For those of us that's
no matter whether he's even innocent or not.
Right. Those of us that's out here in the public, in front of people, serving people, we got to be careful. We have to be careful what we say and the way we live. We have to be careful because there's always a devil that's out there waiting and looking to see if you mess up any mishap. I listen, I've had people, I spell a name wrong, they go in on me. I get a street address wrong, they go in on me. Instead of saying male, it was a female, they go in on me. Any little thing, they don't leave no mistake, no error, no room for no mistake, if I may say. So that's why I learned through the years by reporting, stick with the facts, stay with the facts. And don't believe everything that you hear that folks tell you. I'll give y'all an example. It was a person that jumped in front of the train on the red line. It had to be about 3 or 4 years ago. And they were saying it was a 14-year-old girl. Now listen, it was a full-grown woman, but she was small in stature. But see how stuff just gets spread it out, you know? That's just me. I just had to say that, people. I'm not taking up for nobody for they wrong or nothing like that, but I got to tell the truth, shame the devil. And that's what we do on this place.
Well, Martin,
go ahead.
You're telling the truth, because I'm gonna be honest and transparent. When my ex, during the time when I was going through my divorce, and I caught him with the mistress put her hands on me and I almost killed her. I literally almost killed her. I broke her nose. I didn't know my strength. I didn't know what was lying inside of me that came out, because I almost killed that woman. I literally did. I didn't go to jail. The police told them, this is a wife and this is the girlfriend. We out of this. We got other things to do. But when I had to go to court, this woman falsified a police report and said that an unidentified woman by the name of. If I'm unidentified, you would know my name. How did you know my name? So it's not unidentified. You had to identify me through what? Through somebody else. But when I went back and forth to mediation, she never came. I lost my job fooling with that.
Wow.
I understand. I lost my job at Lexington Healthcare as I was assistant social service director, going back and forth.
Oh, wow.
But let me tell you about a black judge, female judge. Come to find out, she had a rap sheet. She used to be a stripper up on Elston. And my attorney was right there with me. I had a Greek lawyer. I sure did. And it's public record. And let me tell y'all something. When the state's attorney said we're dropping the charges because she never showed up and we found out other evidence about this woman, and Your Honor, we're so sorry. The judge said, if you bring this woman back in the court one more time, I'm locking her up. Case dismissed. So I have mercy on people. The two thieves on the cross had a conversation with Jesus, did they not? So you don't know what's going to happen. That's why you got to really pray for people. You got
only one repented.
Yeah, only one repented. So at the end of the day, you got to pray for yourself. You got to. And that's the thing is that if we be honest with ourselves, we got to be honest and tell the truth. No matter what denomination you from, you know, you got to be honest because see, God is going to look at you.
People are jealous. God is what God going to do because we all going to be judged. Everyone, when I die, you're not going to be there with me, Dr. Sanders. No one is going to be there with me when I die. And no one will be there when you die. You got to be judged. Everyone has to be judged. Let me give you a quick example. And I'm going to be very quick because I know Mr. Johnson's ready to leave. I have a neighbor who I helped her out. She's a nurse practitioner. She just finished her doctorate program with her nurse practitioner. Good job. Excellent. I helped this woman out, helping her with several things, right? And her and I fell out because of some of the things she was doing I did not agree with. But that was none of my business. I stay out of people's business. Guess what? We was not talking. This woman called the police on me with some AKAs, which come to find out she's not an AKA. I'm a Zeta Phi Beta. She sat there, called the police on me, and the police came to my house and said, oh, you kicked your mother down the stairs. I said, take me to jail. This was 2 years ago. Take me to jail. Take me to jail. And the police looked at me and said, are you crazy, Dr. Davis? I said, no, just take me to jail. Went up there to 111 in Bishop Ford, okay? And I went to jail. I went to court. The judge said, so, ma'am, what is the proof? This woman allegedly said that I kicked my mother down the stairs. This was 2022. I said, Your Honor, I want her to show me proof. Now, she got 2 of her so-called AKAs. Come to find out she's not an AKA. Her friends with her, they nurse practitioners too. And judge said, Dr. Davis, why are you, what is the problem? Show me proof. I said, no, I want her to show me proof that I kicked my mother down the stairs. You know what happened? My mother died January 9th, 2021. How the hell I kicked my mother down the stairs in 2022? See, people is devious. They are something else out here. They locked her ass up. They put her in jail for 2 days, put her friends in jail for 1 day. That judge was so pissed. She was even shocked. Girl, my mama's dead. What are you talking about? Make that make sense? Like, I'm over here in my own house, minding my own business. Yeah, but it was the judge. I can't tell the judge what to do. So the judge locked her friends up, and her and I, she see me and she want to wave, and I just look at her, and I'm walking to my garage, and I mind my business. Like, who does that? People are devious out here, and you have to be careful. You have to be careful. I mean, they're serious. This woman was so jealous of me, and I just looked at her. I didn't say nothing. I don't cause no trouble. I've been over here in my area 15 years. She's been over here since 2016. And I call myself trying to help her. You know, you just, my whole point is, people, you have to be careful. You have to know who your friends are.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to know who is on your side and who is not, who is jealous of you. Pay attention, listen to them, and they're going to give you signals.
They're going to give you signals. Pay attention to them and go from there and leave them alone. Listen to God. Period.
Well,
Listen
I
to
got
God.
the signal already.
Excuse me, that is so true. That is so true, my sister. I had an incident like that, and man, that's true. You don't know situations that people in. I'm with you. All you can do, sister, is pray for them. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
That's it. Go ahead,
All you
Amen.
can do.
Go ahead, Bill.
Amen.
We're gonna go
I have
the
to go to court. I'm sorry.
I
Go ahead.
I was just gonna crack and say I done learned something tonight, and I'm going on Facebook. I got a connection with doctors that got master's degrees in psychology, and seem like y'all get violent, punching people in the nose, kicking mamas down the stairs. Oh Lord! I ain't even got no Facebook, y'all, but it does sound funny.
I got one even better. We ain't got to do all that. Just set their soul on fire. Like I said, brother, tell the truth, shame the devil, and not even just that. At the end of the day,
we got a
keep
new
your
caller,
guards up
people.
and do what you need to do.
We got a new caller, Keena Nicole. Come on, Keena Nicole. We got a new call.
Hey, Martin and panel. How's everybody?
We're great. We're great.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Great.
All right. So I was just listening to you, and you do have to be real careful with the things that you hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually be minding your business. You might make somebody mad, not even knowing that you made them mad. And I had a situation, Martin, when I stayed on 73rd and Greenwood. My kids were in preschool, so they're gone for like 2.5, 3 hours on the bus, whatever. So while they were gone, I'm at home talking to my cousin on the phone, long distance, fixing food for them. So I see this lady walking in the complex. I'm like, what is she doing walking through the complex? I kept minding my business, still cooking my food. The lady comes to my door. I have no clue who she is. It wasn't DCFS, but it was some other place through the state. So I'm sitting there like, okay, well, what are you doing at my house, She said, well, we got a report. I'm like, a report for what? She said, well, they say, well, it's one kid that lives in the house, and it's 4 adults. The kid doesn't have a bed. There's no food in the refrigerator. Martin, anybody that knows Keena will tell you that Keena swears by stockpiling that deep freezer, okay? And the refrigerator and the freezer, okay? And first of all, I don't have one child. I have 4 children. And I'm like, I don't have a bed. What do you mean? There's beds in all 3 bedrooms. The lady said, well, I have to come in and I have to check everything out. She knew it was food because she smelled the aroma from when I had just finished cooking. She walked through. She came back to the front. She says, well, you know what? These reports were unfounded. And of course, she couldn't tell me who it was. And so that's the thing, too. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, but here's somebody who can, like, defame my character and everything. So that's why I am very careful when I hear stuff, because I'm like, for one, I wasn't there. For 2, I know if people get mad, they have personal vendettas, and they will tarnish somebody's name. Oh, my God, will they tarnish somebody's name?
And shame the devil.
I'm going to tell you this other thing that happened to me. And I was like, wow, imagine that. Had a family member, I'm going to keep them nameless. When I say I was doing everything to help this person, I was everything. I was, you're so angelic, you're so this, you're so that. Soon as I stopped helping them, I became mud. I mean, I started hearing all these different bad things about me and all these people looking at me strange. I said, well, to hell all of y'all go, because I know who I am, All of a sudden, that same person needed my help. But you know what I did? I said, I can't be you on my worst day. I helped them anyway. I had to pray about it first, of course. Prayer definitely do change some things. I had to pray. They came and stayed with me for a while. Didn't charge them rent or nothing. I said, now you got to go find your own place. And guess what? I still had that freezer full of food. Me and my kids still had our own beds. You understand what I'm saying? People will take your kindness for weakness, try to milk you dry, and then at the end of the day, when you say enough is enough and I'm not going to help you anymore, they will indeed turn on you. Make your name mud. You don't even have to do anything. So, Martin, I appreciate the way that you move and have your being with your show, because it's been so many times. Well, Martin, where's your girlfriend at? Well, Martin, who are you dating? I'm like, that's not your business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm glad that you keep things private, because you have to. People will use that very thing against you. So I'm co-signing what Bill said earlier, and the doctors and everybody else. You keep doing the great job that you're doing. You have integrity. You speak about Black power. You keep doing that. And guess what? You don't ever have a fan in me, because I'm here. Even though I'm supposed to be asleep because I just had surgery. You're not going to talk about that.
Well, can I say something? Thank you for saying so much positive things. And I'm going to speak, and then I'm sure Dr. Sanders will back me up on this. Martin has a really great platform for us as Black people to talk this stuff out and get it off our chest, because it's so important. And then not only that, if you're going to help somebody, help them from your heart and move on. Help them from a distance if you can. Do not let them move in your house. Whatever you do, don't let them move in your house. I don't care how much you want to help them. Do not let them move in your house. And you just move silently, and you do what you got to do, and you be at peace, and you be happy. Dr. Sanders, you agree?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That too. Keep them out. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the thing about it, what I like what Martin does is that despite how our indifferences may be, we still respect one another, because everybody have their own view, their own opinion. Martin, actually, as I told Martin before, when I met him was when the young man got killed right behind my house by my car. It was the death of Xavier Joy that brought Martin and I together. And I met his mom a couple of weeks later. Congressman Bobby Rush was here. Eric Russell was here. Eric Russell, that's a bad brother. He deal with the police accountability. But Eric will cuss you out. It ain't gonna give a rat about nothing. But when I met these men, I was telling Martin last night, I was sharing with him last night, when I was, you know, at the time when I was going through the divorce, I didn't know how to relate to my boys. And I said, well, I need some help. And I couldn't find any men in the church to do that. So I ended up coming through the Chicago Urban League. And Mike Muhammad, I was the only African-American woman, period, in his class. And I took notes to learn how to communicate with my boys, because I knew my boys were going to get older and they're going to be half my age or whatever, you know. But when I met those men in the community, I admire what they do. And Martin, no, I got his back 100 grand. I ain't just saying it because everybody's here. He knows that if I get pissed, I'm going to let you have it. But I'm going to let you have it with facts, not with no hate. Because any man, I respect any man that can speak the truth, that can literally cover one another. My dream is that I hope all of the men can come together and just come as unity, you know, as the late, what's his name, Willie Hutchins would say, brothers gonna work it out. I love to see Martin talk and open a forum, you know, on this platform for everybody to come. And Martin, you are a man. You admit your challenges. You are honest. You're not hiding. You're not going around sleeping about it. You are telling the truth. You don't get paid $59,000 an hour.
for you to get donations because people believe in you. So we have our main news network, 2579, 2612, whatever. They're never going to be on top of that. They're not. They're never going to. They give us half lies. They don't even tell the truth.
I'm gonna make a comment behind both of those. I was speaking with Martin. It was about a month and a half ago. The thing about it, this is Martin's purpose. This is Martin's calling. And I told him that. So with his walk and his platform and this being his purpose, he's gonna be protected anyway. But I made a joke with him, and I'm gonna include the rest of it. His platform is so strong, and it's mostly women. And I know of 4 or 5 that nobody don't want to go to war with about Martin. There's both these doctors, Vera and my daggone wife. That's a hell of a fight for anybody to be up against. When they come, they better have enough evidence or whatever, or physicality.
Melanie.
Because I already know y'all fighting.
Oh yeah.
He blessed in all his areas. Because I already know. Oh, this is his purpose.
Right. All right. Put y'all phone on mute. 3499. Let me just say this real quick. I appreciate you guys, right, for saying that. And sometimes the encourager needs to be encouraged. And when I hear things like that, that let me know to stay focused. And you know, Glenn told me, he said, used to work for VW 103 or something. Glenn. He said, Martin, he said,
V103.
Yeah. He
Glenn Cosby.
Yeah, Cosby. I can't even think of his name. I had one of them senior moments, I guess. Good now. He said, Martin, he said, whatever you do, he said, don't lose your integrity. He said, because if you lose it, you can't get it back. And when he said that to me, we was on the telephone. It was like a man walked up to me and stabbed me. Yeah, seriously. And I said, man, this brother is so right. He said, whatever you do, don't lose your integrity. And that right there, that reaffirmed my stand with God and with the platform and everything. That reaffirmed it. And I appreciate you guys for saying what you're saying, because it ain't about no money, because I ain't got none. I'm just telling y'all right now, it ain't about the money. So y'all know you make a few little dollars on Facebook. Now they done killed that now. Facebook and just killed it. But that's okay. But listen, the message is more important. If I can help somebody, my mission, that's my mission. My mission is more than me having sex with women. My mission is more than money. My mission is more than even my life that I'm living. I'm telling you, I'm already going down in the history books. I'm a trendsetter. Y'all know that.
Amen.
I'm a trendsetter.
Amen.
I'm a little young man from the south side of Chicago. Grew up dirt poor, but love God and love his people. Trust me. When I say I love black, I have to put it on my other people. Because if y'all keep hearing it long enough and seeing it long enough, you'll start believing it. Because you know, black folks don't love each other like the way we're supposed to be loving each other. We just don't. We just don't. We don't have no mercy on one another. We have no compassion. Not all of us. When I say that, not all of us. So I want to thank Dr. Sanders, Dr. Davis, Bill, Sharice, all of you, Kingdom Code. It means so much to me. Y'all know I sacrifice. I ain't that old. I could be dating somebody right now, be out there instead, but I'm right here on this computer talking to us, because this is what I love to do.
Selfless.
That's what I love to do.
Nobody can do it like you do it.
Right. You're right. You know what I'm saying? And I've been knowing Roosevelt for like 6, 7, 8 years. And Roosevelt, listen, he's a dear friend. I consider Roosevelt as a friend of mine. You know, I've never known Roosevelt ever disrespected me or say anything out of line, out of the way. And me and Roosevelt, we don't agree on everything, but we love each other. We love each other. That's my buddy. That's my brother. Right.
Never would, because the thing is something in like some people, sometimes in the YouTube world, will always try to say that maybe I should be jealous of like other people on YouTube because maybe they have a bigger platform than me. Because it's true. I've been on YouTube a little bit longer than you, but your reach far outweighs mine, because the thing is, I might have a YouTube program or whatever. But the thing is, it's like I don't have, and I can admit it, don't have that delivery in that reach, in that voice to deliver a message like you can deliver it. And whatever message I do deliver, that's just what God gave me. And whatever message you deliver is what God gave you. So I'm not going to dare hate on the next person just because they might have more subscribers or a bigger platform than I might have, or whatever it is like that. Because we're walking in the path of what's real to us and what God gave us, and walking in the path that God just gave to us. So there's nothing for no one to be jealous over at the end of the day.
And Roosevelt and Dr. Sanders and Dr. Davis, y'all can witness, even Bill and those of us on here, and Kenny Nicole. What platform that you can come on Facebook, YouTube, and even X and just random call in and without being screened? None. I don't know. Listen, some of you guys I've never met in person. Some of you guys, but it's just like we've been knowing each other for a long time. So I'm open. That's why I call it live, uncut, unedited. Sometimes we cuss on here, sometimes don't. I don't curse, but it comes out. But my point is, people, it's for the people. It's for the people. It's not to make me rich or anything. And I was filming the other day on a crime scene. The lady said, well, how much you getting paid? And I asked her, why? Why does it matter? Why? We want to know too much stuff, people. We want to know, like Kenny Nicole said, well, what type of girlfriend, who you like, that's not, some things it's not good for you to even to know. I'm not on here trying to entertain women. I'm not on here trying to entertain y'all. I love y'all, sisters. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong, and I'm quite sure you tell me when I'm wrong. But let me go to this next caller. Let's see what this next caller got to say. $34.99. Come on, caller. $34.99.
Hey, Martin. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
How you doing?
Let me go ahead and just reiterate. I remember you. I remember you from a little girl. I promise I do. And the only thing I remember is you being kind. That's all I remember. So I'm just going to put that out there like that. I promise. You may not remember me, but I promise I remember seeing you going past on 63rd. Okay? So I'm going to say this. We constantly discuss what can we do to make it better. We constantly discuss, let's save our children. Okay? Now, it's a little bit hard and it's a little bit rough to say, but I'm not understanding, Martin, why are we not discussing what is going on with these young ladies? These young ladies are being called liars. They are being called this, that, and the other, and nobody is addressing the truth. The truth is that every female in Makash experienced the same thing with some old man touching them. And we're not discussing that. I don't understand. We're being called liars. We're praying for these men. All of this type of stuff. There's absolutely no mercy. I know for a fact, Martin, there's nothing nobody can tell me. I know R. Kelly was stalking babies on 63rd.
Amen.
I'm talking about 11 years old. I'm like in real life. So when God gets you, it's nothing nobody can do. Absolutely
That's
not.
the way I feel about it.
He got
Dr.
him.
Sanders, you want to handle that? Dr. Sanders, you want to handle that one?
Yeah, I understand. I listen, this is what she's saying in a nutshell. This is what she's saying. She's saying the victims get scrutinized in the cases like this.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what she's
Yes.
saying. Who's taking up for the victims? You know, and that's exactly what she said. And I understand that. And I feel you, sister. I feel you on that too. Because a lot of times the victims don't get the shine that they're supposed to get. Like you say, they get accused as being liars, as this and that and that. And I understand. And even tonight, I said tonight, there's no winners on either side. That's what I did say that from this man that's being accused. And I did say that because I did consider the victim. And all I said, I didn't go on Facebook and say nothing publicly. I kept my opinion to myself and to my circle. Now, I do talk, but I'm not going to get on Facebook and say what I would say in private or what I thought. So, and also, I put myself in this gentleman's shoes and said that what lesson can Martin Johnson learn from this? That's all I said. I didn't condemn no woman or condemn nobody. I was just considering myself, and I was seeing the way some of these people were talking. And I was like, well, would they do me the same way? If I get put in a situation like that or be in a situation like or caught up in a situation, that's all I was thinking. You know, I was having a sober moment, you know, and I understand. And so I feel for any victim that have been violated sexually, verbally, physically, any kind of way. I feel for you. You know, I'm not on here to badmouth the victims because they need help. And you, Dr. Davis, she knows she helps people all the time, all types of walks of life. You know, and I talk to a lot of victims. So my point is, when I'm out here doing crime, my sister, you ain't never heard Martin Johnson ever say nothing bad about the people that got shot, gunned down, dead. I don't do that. And I check the people that come on my live and do that. Quit laughing. Don't say nothing about the dead because they still, I don't care if they was a terrible person, they still have people that love them and will defend them. So I see one thing about me, I'm real cautious to what I say, especially when it comes to sensitive things like that. When people accuse of rape or the woman is a victim, I'm real careful of that. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I like R. Kelly music, and I'm not taking up for no sin that he did against or violation he violated against anybody, not whatsoever. But I know how this system does. They barbecue the black man and get the white man a pat on the back. And I'm not saying
that part is true.
I'm not saying none of it's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But we see it all the time. You know, they talk God to us, but they have practices like the devil. That's all. Just make it, if it's good for the black man, it's good for the white man, or vice versa. That's all I'm saying in the court of law. You know, I was locked up.
And Martin.
Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Sanders. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. You know this for a fact. Were we not outside when Kiara Cole came up missing?
Yes.
We were outside on Vernon Street at the corner trying to find that young lady who has still not been found.
Correct.
That's what I'm talking about. When you're doing ministry, let me go down to the real gut. Have anybody been to 26 in California and walked yourself into the Women's Correctional Park? Have you been to the White Women's Correctional Facility when it was open, where we ran into a lot of the women who were victims? See, I've been in that area. I know how they deal with the women down there at the time when the White was open. Nobody should be hurt. Nobody should go around hurting nobody. I don't want nobody's understanding to be misunderstood, as Gladys Knight would say. We fight for what's right. I'm still disturbed about Kiara Cole. Nobody has found his girl's body. They made a monkey out of her disappearance. The media made a monkey out of it. The post office came together to put money. That girl's mother cried for years.
We were in the cold doing a candlelit vigil trying to find where this girl is at, and she still ain't been found. So who killed or got rid of her? Step forward. Because we know how it is. Martin, you are always out there. You on the street. You on the highway. And what do you say? Check your people, check your people, check your people.
Mm-hmm.
You always say that, Martin. And my thing is the victims of anybody, not just R. Kelly. There's a lot of white superstars. Doctor just mentioned about Hugh Hefner, who done had all them women, young women, not our age, in his mansion. Ain't nobody stormed his mansion. Gave everybody pills, and all them men didn't had them young girls. But nobody said nothing.
Well, I can't speak on what I don't know about. I'm only speaking about what I know went down in my community.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, see, I grew up on 44th and Berkeley, but I just came to Woodlawn in 2002. So a lot of things I don't know, but I am learning from the people that was here before me. So the thing of it is that when we went out there to deal with that little girl, that young girl who was a postal worker, we still cannot find her body. Where the boyfriend? See,
that one out.
And Martin was out there. We were out there in the cold with Karen and her family. And that woman kept going from circuit to circuit, and she's still doing it, trying to find. And no, there was no Tiara. Then what happened to Martin? You went to the girl whose body was in the freezer. What happened to that situation? Martin ran out there to the hotel. And everybody, we don't know. The camera was broke. I mean,
but the young people knew about that though. The young people knew about that. They was talking about it on 66 and Edmonds. Half of the children, the young boys that was there at that party were from 65th and Edmonds. We hang with them.
See, now you see what I'm saying? So, but what happened to her? That's the thing.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to be accused of being called wrong. But I can tell you what one of the young people shared with me. And to my understanding, it was one particular guy that was there because of her brother. Her brother did something, and they were going to use her to get to the brother, to hurt the brother. And whatever happened, she ended up in a freezer, and a Mexican jumped on her and beat her up and left her there, and he left and went back to Mexico. He was a Mexican security guard that worked at the hotel.
See, and that's the whole purpose of this. The whole purpose of this segment today. And I'm not saying you're wrong, baby. I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying you're wrong. The whole purpose of this segment today is false news. I'm not saying that your news is false, but we have to have facts when you on Mr. Johnson's show. Period.
I was just speaking because you said what happened. That's all. I just
no. We need to know that, and that's not fact. That's just somebody told you. We don't know because you were not there. I was not there. God bless that young lady, and Mr. Johnson believes in. Mr. Mark Johnson believes in facts. No false news. We don't know because we was not there. That's the whole purpose of this conversation today, is making sure that we're presenting facts, because we don't need to, I don't feel like going to court. So Mr. Johnson says somebody was on his show says so new. Oh, Dr. Sanders don't feel like it either. And I'm not saying that you're lying or what you heard, but that's this is the main purpose of the show, that we cannot be giving out false information. We have to have facts, period.
Oh, I get it. I definitely get it, without the shadow of a doubt. I was just speaking in general because you specifically said what happened. And I said I will share with one of the children shared with me. That's it.
Yeah, we could speculate all we want with the little twins, the little girls that was kidnapped years ago down there in what's that on 35th. We could speculate what happened at O'Hare Airport Hotel years ago with the one. We could speculate on a post office worker. We could speculate until we had a fact. We continue to speculate. the whole
We
purpose
continue
of
to
the show
speculate.
is that, right, we have to have facts. We don't need Mr. Johnson implemented in any type of court saying, okay, well, this is what's went on your show. So that's all I'm saying. That's it. We have to have facts, period. Dr. Santos or Mr. Johnson?
Well, let me just
Or
say this.
you, somebody.
No, I understand you,
Mhm.
sister. God, 34.99. Go ahead. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I understand what Doctor
Yeah.
said.
Mhm.
We try to be factual because, I mean, just even today, you know, so many people were saying that trustee, he was locked up. He was at a police station in South Hollands. I mean, it was just all over the media. I mean, come on, you didn't see that on my page. You didn't see it on my page because you know what? I knew it wasn't true. It was unfound. I knew that for a fact, and I stayed away from it. I didn't go on the internet correcting people, fighting up because I didn't want nobody to say I'm taking up for them. I didn't say nothing. I said, you know what? On my platform, it would not be discussed, you know, because I knew the truth. I knew it because I have my sources, and I try to stay close to my sources. And if I get it from a source that I'm not sure of, I just hold it. I hold on to it because I don't want to
But
say
Martin,
nothing
one thing
wrong.
about you, you're objective.
Mm-hmm.
You're very objective in everything too, because whether it's true or whether it's not, I think that even if you had to give a name of this person, I think that you just would have reported it, and then you would have been done.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, when I was doing some of my research for this thing, because you didn't give a name, so I decided to look up to see what's going on. The first video I clicked on, the woman who was reporting it, you should have just heard the excitement or the glee that was just in the happiness that was in her voice, that it's a possibility that he's locked up and he's in jail, and whoa, this is such a lovely day or whatever. I mean, like me or something like, I know I talked about R. Kelly. I talked about R. Kelly, like I said, in a couple of my videos some years ago. But I just reported what was, going on, and I just left it at that, because even with him being locked up or something, even I didn't show any kind of happiness or glee or anything like that he was locked up. Even though I do understand that no matter what we do in this life, even on this earth, even before we leave here, I can understand that all of us might have to face some accountability for what it is we do. But at the same time, it's like what Martin says, that you don't have to get so over emotional and over invested into something to where, you just sound completely happy and you just cheer at the downfall, of a complete downfall of another person.
Mm-hmm.
What did I call that? Son D for D.
Yeah.
I
never heard that.
Pleasure survived by someone from another person's misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
And
you all have a good night.
Okay. Thank you. I want to say
You all
something.
have a good night. I'm
want to
gonna go ahead and drop down.
I want to say something before you left. I want to say,
yes, sir.
this is what I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I want to say before you get off the line. That you can get off. I want to say to you personally, one thing we don't do on this platform, and you probably watch it from time to time. This is not your first time on here. We don't victimize the victims, because it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important for us not to do that, because people have feelings and stuff like that. I'm a victim of a lot of things. Sometimes the victims do get overlooked. They really do. They get overlooked. Like you said, they really do get overlooked. And a lot of women that are victims to rape and stuff like that, sometimes they don't even report it because of the shame of the other people, afraid of what other people may think of them. And I truly, you're talking to the crime chaser, so I truly understand that. I truly understand that. And I'm very sympathetic to both, even when a person kill another person. And I've always said there's no winners in this case. None at all. None at all.
Marty, there's a large majority of us that don't even speak to our mothers. We don't even speak. I'm talking about no happy birthday, no happy Mother's Day, specifically because of that reason. If we go to our mother and say, your husband did X, Y, Z, the first thing they say is you're lying. So I felt, since you feel that way, we're not family. There's no way we can be family.
I've seen the case like
and so many other females grew up that way.
I've seen so many cases.
So when we talk about a broken,
I've seen so many cases where the mama, where the daughter go to the mama and say the boyfriend looking at me a certain way, she put her out. She put the daughter out. I've seen that. So you're not lying. You're not lying to that.
Living witness to that.
You're not lying. You're not
living witness to that.
Yeah.
Living witness to that. I did an article on it. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I did I worked for Streetwise and I did a witness on that. I did an article on that. I literally told my mom that a situation like that went on with me. And she was like, "Oh, well, you lying. You're lying. That's my voice. You're lying. You're lying. You just don't like him." Which, I was young. I know what happened to me. Anybody that, was 14, 15, and a female knows what happened to them at that age. Yes. Yes, even 11 as well. Very young. Exactly. You're right. I say 14 and 15 because I know for a fact. This concurred with me up until, let me see, I can give you a rough age. I was no more than 9 or 10 years old. I just knew my parent was not going to believe in me. She was so stuck on this man. I love this man. Okay, I understand it. That's cool and fun, but I'm your daughter. What happened to loving your daughter? Not even loving me. What happened to loving yourself? If you can love yourself, then you can love your child.
You know what? You sound like that movie Precious, where Monique played as that much. She was so angry at her daughter because her boyfriend impregnated her daughter, and she took it out on her. And that's not right. That is very insulting. And the thing about it is that a child, a little girl, no matter how pretty you are, if that man makes a pass and you got a boyfriend and he's at your daughter, you need your head slapped, and he needs to be put out. Because he's got a nasty, animalistic mind of trying to get a hold of your daughter.
That's right. And if he would get a hold of your daughter, he would do any other female in your family.
He'll do it to a boy.
There you go.
But the thing is, it is so
That's
common.
a different subject.
I know.
It is
Yeah,
so
but we know
common.
we're very sentimental to that. Very sentimental. Yeah.
So when we're talking about praying and all this for these men, I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, you know what? Let me say this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me just say this. You know what? Listen, God loves us all, regardless of what lifestyle we do, what we do. He sent the rain. He proves that by sending the sun on the just as well as the unjust. He proves that. We humans,
right.
A lot of humans, we love on conditions. God don't. God loves unconditional. So there's a difference. So I believe in repentance. Now, I believe that you got to pay your price. Now, you did your crime, you got to do listen, you got
that's right.
That's on you. I ain't gonna never take that away. You know what I'm saying? It's like a person go out there and have sex and get AIDS. Then he asks God to forgive him, heal his body. God may forgive him for going out there having sex, unprotected sex, what I'm doing wrong, but he still might die. He still got the death sentence on his body, but God forgave him. You know, just like R. Kelly. If R. Kelly repent of his sins and ask God to forgive him, I mean, we don't forget what he's done to people, the hurt and the pain, but God will accept him. He will accept him. So that's what I said. People, we don't, as long as we're in this flesh, ain't none of us made it over yet. None of us. I don't care how much we claim that we love God and got God, ain't none of us made it over, period. And we just keep on living, and we don't know what we might run into in this life. You might kill somebody just because they looked at you a certain way, and you really didn't mean it. When you won't ask God to forgive you, when you want forgiveness. So I'm not taking away the forgiveness from nobody if they ask for it. I can't play God because I'm not God. If I am God, I'm a small G God, you know, with a small G. With a small G. Not a capital G. So
okay,
that's all I'm saying, my sister. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see.
I get it.
That's all I'm saying. I don't see nothing wrong if somebody want to pray for a criminal, and we, I mean, they're human. They're human. If R. Kelly was your son, and he done all these bad things, you would want mercy too. You know, as a mother, as being a mother, you would want that. You know, so I that's why I tell mothers, you know, this is one thing. Maybe Dr. Davis can agree with me. Every mother that I have spoken to that have lost a child to gun violence, or son or daughter, one thing they've always said in common, they said, Martin, I never wish this pain on my worst enemy. This pain, and that's what all of them have said, all in common. Out of all the interviews that I've talked to these parents, that's the number one thing they say. This pain that I have, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I'm telling you. So, and you know what I tell them? I tell them I don't understand, because I don't know what it's like to lose a child to gunshot violence. Hope I never experience it. So I don't understand their pain, but they describing their pain to me the best way they know how to. And my sister,
Martin, you spoke to me before about my brother. I'm sorry about cutting you off, but
go ahead.
You spoke to me once before, where that White Castle used to be on the corner of 63rd and Evans. I was standing out there clowning with my friends, and my brother had just got shot the night before, and you came up and you spoke to me and asked me, who was that? Was that your brother? Because, you know, we all knew each other in the community.
Right.
And you knew exactly where it came from, exactly what house it was from, and you spoke to me, and you was just so comforting. So comforting. That's why I remember you the way that I do. You were so comforting. Never a
I'm not
nasty
trying
word.
to be funny, but he was talking about a child. I lost my sister to the H1N1 disease back in 2009. I know Miss Holt. She is the I want to say I don't know her title with the fire department.
Blair Holt.
She's a fire commissioner.
Yeah.
Blair Holt. Yeah, and her son was killed outside of Julian High School. I grew up with his father's son. I do too. I grew up with his father's side of the family. I've been knowing them since I was 5 years old. And I'm her therapist. I'm her psychologist. And she is not easy. It's not easy losing a child. I don't know how I feel to lose a child, because I haven't lost my child. So my heart goes out to that family. They go there every single year. They put him in a box. You know, it's like they go there every year. That is devastating.
I don't go back to the cemetery.
I go there.
Me personally, I just can't do it. I can't do it because it relights that candle.
I don't do it at all. Once I plant them, that's it.
That's it. Once you in that ground, I'm gonna have a memory of you in my mind, or maybe I look at a video or something. I'm not going to that cemetery because I have to relive that experience over in my mind. It helps me.
Yeah.
Let me share something with you guys. Let me share something with you guys. How a lot of you guys want to know how I cope with so much violence and death when I see that. You know, what I have been doing within the last couple of years, really in a year or so, I would say I've been shutting down. And I said, you know what, God, I'm not going to every crime scene no more. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just too much, you know, and it's so hard when you hear parents and siblings crying and screaming, loved ones. See, I got a sensitive heart. See, I'm type person. You can cry and I cry with you and don't even know, you know, but that's because I'm compassionate. It's not that I'm a soft person, but I'm a loving person. I'm a caring person, you know, and I love people. And so it was just too overbearing on me. And, you know, and I had to stop sharing legal health firm because it was too much death, too many, seeing all them pictures in my mind. And I said, oh no, I gotta stop doing it. It's just too much. It's just too much. So that's why I was so glad that God put it in my spirit to kind of transform over to the platform of a talk show or a blog. And that helps me. This relieves me from keep running out there to the crime scenes. it helps my mind. It's like a, I still pray and read and stuff like that, but this helps me. It's like a therapy to me, people. It's better than just seeing bodies laying on the ground, people crying, hollering, screaming, and all that. This relieves me. And for what that sister just said today, when I spoke to her on 630 Evans, I can't remember, but I'm so glad that our encounter was impressionable on her. It was a good experience.
You did.
And I'm so glad of that. That's a good report. I'm glad of that because I understand. I understand. So I understand when people lose love. When I try to be compassionate, I try to say the right thing. I'm real cautious of what I say. I'm a very bold person. I'm straight up and down. But I hate when I see people don't mean our people no good. They just there for the cameras, for the clout.
Yeah.
And that burns me up. That burns me up because I work so hard, to get our message out and help our people. And when people come up here just for some Facebook likes and numbers, no, they don't care nothing about the family. When the camera's gone, they gone. Period. No, they don't care nothing about these families.
Yeah. Well, that's like Xavier Joy's mother when he got killed behind my house. That was sad because we called the police when we heard the gunshot and went to the back. Never knew it was Chris Joy's son coming from helping the students, Morehouse College graduate. And when she walked into my house, she said, "Did you hear my son say anything?" And I told her, "No." I said, "But I know what I did tell the police." I said, "Cover the body up because the raccoons as big as dogs." I said, "Don't no mother want her child's remains to be tampered with." Well, the sheets. I said, "Sheet ain't gonna do nothing." It was getting ready to rain, and Xavier was laying on concrete on the ground. On the ground. And you see? And so when Xavier Joy's mother, she still grieves about Xavier. She posts pictures all the time. She has another son. But when he got killed, that was something because it happened by my car. When the young man, Martin, you remember that young man on 63rd Street? I forgot his name. He got executed right there by my truck. He just walked out the apartment right there on Cottage Road. I don't know if you remember, young lady. And he went out there and they executed that boy right there by my truck. And we was out there and he was in the car. His head was up against the steering wheel and Pastor Sanders went over there and was praying for him. We didn't know who he was, but the young man was dead. Wow. So when I feel these mothers, I got 5 boys. My son is in college right now. I pray every night, Lord, sustain my son's life. Please, please, don't let me go before my children. You don't let my children go before me. Let me go. Let them put me in the ground.
Yeah,
I don't ever want to feel that.
But it's reversed.
But I gravitate to when I hear these mothers losing their daughters get killed. What's the Pennington girl? And I'm like, oh my God, that bothers me because these are little bitty people who come out of their mamas, and you're gonna look at them as the little babies that they are, no matter what age they are, because they were little bitty helpless little people that are gone so soon.
I get what Martin is saying, but see, Martin's saying, this is what he's saying. I cut it off if he has to have this peace of mind, and I get that.
Yes.
The police officers don't. They don't. They have no choice. They have to see it every single day. They have to see it. And I thank God that Martin is able to cut it off because even like me, okay, I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm a marriage and family therapist. I cut it off. Like I need a break. Sometimes you have to cut it off, period, because it's too much. But guess what? The police officers don't cut it off. I'm not going to tell how many police officers I see within 1 week every week. I can't. Because they don't want to go to the Chicago Police Department and go to their therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. They don't want to do that because they don't want to lose their job. They think they're going to lose their job. So I commend you, Mr. Johnson, on cutting it off because you have to.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You have to give yourself a break. It's just like Dr. Sanders. She knows better. She knows better. You have to cut it off and give yourself a break from this stuff because it can wear the hell out of you. And you be like, what? After with the police officers, detectives, everybody, they are seeing dead bodies every day, all day. You know, a lot of them. And it's like, I told you earlier, I talked to like 3 of them today. It's like, woo, better you than me.
How they doing?
I don't either, because I'm not made for that.
I'm telling y'all, people, is no experience like that. When you see it, it's just the pain and hurt. I just, you know, they be involved. Somebody got shot over here. I said, Lord, I ain't going. I can't go. I'm sitting right here in this studio, and this man, I'm waiting. I could be out there right now. You know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, almost 2. You know, something throwing down out there. You know, something's going out there. But I said, Lord, it's something going on. They smoking, they drinking, they clubbing, they partying. Somebody mad. Somebody look at their woman, or somebody was talking crazy on social media. Now they see him, they want to get at him. Or, you shot my brother. Or, I heard you had something to do. You set my brother up. You know, it's just so much people. It's so much people. Listen, it's just so much anger and hate in people's hearts. And we have to be careful and don't let that overflood our minds and stuff like that. That's why, and I'm gonna tell y'all a secret about me. I'm really a loner, people. I spend more time alone.
Me too.
Than I spend with people. Period. I really do. I'm nice. I'm friendly when you see me, but when I'm shut in, I don't want nobody. I'm to myself. Trust me. Let me get my peace. Let me gather my mind. Let me listen to my gospel music. Let me read a little bit. Let me play on the internet. Let me just keep my peace of mind. You know. And listen. Peace in your life is priceless. A peaceful mind is priceless, people. You can't buy that.
Amen.
You cannot buy that. You cannot buy it. But people, we're gonna close.
Mr. My Bobby Boober.
Yeah. Go,
Mr. Martin.
Yes. Go ahead.
This Miss Holmes. You know, I don't know if this is mainly to you and to everybody on here, but I don't know if you all heard of Streetwise.
I know about it.
Yep.
It's a newspaper.
It's a magazine newspaper, yes. For the people that's willing and able to, I would like for you all to just come by. I have a magazine that I would like for you guys to, especially you, Mr. Martin, Mr. Martin. I would like, I told you the situation about me and B, started going into it with you, about my situation on how I was raped and different things. I did edit it in the magazine for Streetwise, and I would love for you to read it and think about it and see what we could come up with. You know, we have thousands of Black women, Black young women, Black older women, or whatever the case may be, that's missing in Chicago, in the Chicagoland. I was one of them females that was missing. I was one of them females that have kids. I was one of them females that was out here just really bad. And I need to, if it's okay with you, I need you to take a look at my story, because I would like to be able to have open opinions, have open suggestions from everybody. Just be able to sit down and get people's different, you know what I'm saying? Whether they men, women, or whatever the case may be. I would just want different opinions on how people feel about this particular story I did. So if I can actually email you or send you, or however I can get in touch with you, I would love to do that, to get this paper, to get this it's a page, it's one little article, and I would love for you to take a look at it.
Okay. We'll do that. Just inbox it, screenshot it, screen it, take a picture of it, send it to me, or inbox. Okay, just inbox me, then let me know it's you. Then I'll send you my email. Or I think my email I think I just do inbox me because I ain't gonna give my email out.
You know what? I would inbox you tonight,
Okay.
and you can send me your information when you get your chance.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, people.
All right.
We're gonna end tonight session tonight. I appreciate y'all for the wonderful words and encouragement words and stuff like that. And I just want to thank y'all so much because it means so much to me, because a lot of you guys got husbands and wives and y'all sacrifice just to come on the show. And I appreciate it. And I thank you guys so much. I thank y'all. I mean, really do. It's encouragement to my heart. And those that know me personally, y'all know what I stand for. You know how I love Black people. It's not about the clout, because I got clout already. You know, my name is out there. And listen, if I can't do nothing to help a Black person, I sure enough don't want to do nothing to tear them down. That's just me, period. You know, even when I'm reporting news, I just make sure I say certain things, and anything else outside of that to get too personal, I don't get too personal. Even with this trustee thing like that, I don't mind having a story talking about it, but I need the facts though. You know, I'm not gonna go on the limb and just say stuff and then I gotta come back, because I know the person personally. So I don't want to be like, man, I can't believe you said that about me. You thought that and all that. Nah, I want to make sure the facts. At least I can say, hey, according to this newspaper article, this was said. So if I had to explain myself, I want to have a proof and a backup why I said what I said. So now I do have personal friends that I do talk in my circles off the record. So I'm not going to pretend like I don't say anything. I do, but I don't say it publicly. So you have to know me. I have to trust you and have that relationship with you before it get to that point. Because, you know, you got folks right here, they secretly record you. They screenshot your text message, and then when they get mad at you, then they start posting stuff on social media. I don't do that. That's trash. I don't get out like that. So
that is.
But
thank you for having me up, Martin.
No
I really
problem.
appreciate it.
I appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much. You know, so we just
thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. I will inbox you the information.
All right, people. Y'all already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited.
This is
Tell
how
the truth and shame the devil.
I love being Black. That's my favorite one, y'all. I love being Black. That's my favorite.
I love being Black.
I tell you. We got to tell ourselves that over and over and over until we really love being Black. Because some of us don't really like being Black. Right. We really don't. Some of us just hate being Black. We hate going to Black stores. We hate Black this and Black that. We just hate it. And that's a shame. That is a shame. That is a shame. But good night.